This is not magic. This is a small science experiment. Pour the milk into the cola. After a period of time, the Coke turned out to be transparent. Put a drop of ink on the end of the leaf. Put it in the water. The leaf is like a thrust engine. Sneak a few grains of salt on the egg. You can easily stand up eggs. Tape a balloon filled with water. Pierce it. The water flows as if it were frozen in place. This is the phenomenon of laminar flow. Put a few drops of paint in vegetable oil. Mix well. Pour it into the water. You will see a waterfall of colorful meteor showers. Pour some alcohol on the sand. Pour white sugar soda on top. Light it up and you'll summon the Pharaoh's serpent. Put a ping pong ball on the hair dryer. Even if you tilt it 45 degrees, the ping pong ball will never fall off. Arrange the colorful chocolates in a circle. Pour some water in the middle. The chocolate will slowly become a dynamic rainbow. This is not magic. This is a real little science experiment. Sprinkle 99 grains of salt on the table. You can easily stand the egg on the table. Throw a burning strip of paper into a bottle. Put a hard-boiled egg at the mouth of the bottle. The egg was actually swallowed into the bottle. The white smoke rising from the candle after it is extinguished, even from a long distance away, can also be rekindled. Pour a glass of red wine. Pour another glass of water. Put a playing card in the middle. Pull out a small slit. Red wine and water not only did not dissolve, instead, they exchange places with each other. Squeeze a little alcohol on the sand. Sprinkle the sugar soda mixture. Ignite it with fire. A Pharaoh's snake is summoned by you. A magnet is placed on the negative side of the battery. Put a copper coil on the positive terminal. This is the power to spin the wheels of the electric car. Add salt to the water. Stir well. The egg will sink to the bottom in the water, but in salt water, they float. This is the secret of the Dead Sea. Fill the U-shaped straw with water and, between two cups, the water will slowly flow into the other cup until it is balanced. This is the siphon phenomenon. This is not a magic trick. This is a real little science experiment. Put tape on a balloon filled with water. Poke the center. The water flow is like frozen. This is the phenomenon of laminar flow. Fold a piece of A4 paper in half several times. Rub it on the can over and over again. The can opened itself. Do you know why? Slice the chocolate diagonally and then move it like this a few times. And there's an extra piece, so you can have more chocolate than you can eat. Put a pencil through a plastic bag with water. Even if you put a lot of them in, the bag never leaks. Add different paints to the vegetable oil. Mix well and pour into water. The child will have a nice, dreamy rainbow rain. Turn the bottle with hot water upside down. Put an ice cube at the bottom. The water in the bottle boils again. Throw the little conch into the white vinegar. Soak it overnight and take it out. The little conch turned out to be transparent. Put the expired rainbow candy into the plate and form a circle. Pour a little water in the center. You will see the beautiful rainbow is spreading to the middle. Follow me. Show you more interesting small science experiments. This is not a magic trick. This is a small science experiment. Roll the paper into a cylinder. Hold it at a 45-degree angle on a cup. Ignite the top and you will see white smoke flowing down. A spectacular white waterfall is formed. Put a frozen strawberry in ice water. The water will freeze instantly. This is the secret of turning water into ice. Two forks are crossed over each other. A toothpick goes through the middle and the other toothpick tip to tip. It's amazing how perfectly balanced they are. Place a candle on a dampened paper towel. Cover it with a cup. When the candle is extinguished, you will be able to appreciate the power of atmospheric pressure. Touching the garlic with your hand, you can lift the egg yolk intact. Rub the battery on the egg a few times. Drop it into salt water. Stick a dinner fork in there. The fork became bent. Cut the chewing gum like this. Connect the two ends of the battery separately. You can use it to light the fire. Pour alcohol on the sand. Sprinkle sugar soda mixture. Ignite with fire. A magical, ancient and spectacular Pharaoh's snake will be conjured up by you. 100 times of science. Why not take your children to experiment with it yourself? This is not a magic trick. This is a real little science experiment. Insert 2 pencils into salt water. Put in a battery. You can see the hydrogen and oxygen decomposing in the water. Slowly pour a glass of ice water on top of a smoothie. The water will freeze instantly. You will have the mysterious power of pouring water into a mountain. The negative terminal of the battery sucked on a magnet. Positive pole. Put a copper coil on it. This is the power of the electric car wheel rotation. Pour white vinegar into the cup. Put the highlighter in and stir it up. Throw in the eggs. After soaking overnight, take out the eggs and they become elastic, and it will be a glowing ball of skin. Put a few drops of ink on the glue, and you've summoned the magic devil's eye. Add starch to the pot. Adequate amount of water. Mix well. You get a copy of the strong is strong. Weakness is weakness, a non-Newtonian fluid that bullets can't penetrate. Put magnets on both ends of the battery. Put it in a closed copper coil. The battery runs. This is the principle of electromagnetic train driving. Put 2 bottle caps on the magnets. Rotate a piece of magnetic gyroscope on a piece of glass. Remove the bottom plate. The gyroscope hovered and rotated. This is the secret of magnetic levitation. Popularization of science 100 times. How about taking the children to experiment once? How powerful is a match? The last one will make your jaw drop. The match head is crushed into powder with a tool. Pour it into the lock cylinder of the key. Insert a match. Ignite the match. The lock was opened. Dip your finger in water. Rub it counterclockwise along the mouth of the cup. The match slowly moved closer to the other match. Put the pencil lead on the battery. Put a match on top of it. The match burned up on its own. The match, which was not magnetic after burning, but can be firmly sucked up by a magnet. Do you know why? Rub the plastic pen on your hair a few times. You will be able to control the matches in the cup through the air. Put 2 matches head to head. After ignition, the matches not only did not separate, instead, they hang in the air. Roll the match head and the stick into the tin foil at the same time. Pinch the top tightly. Make a small tail. Ignite. Fire. Isn't it amazing? Popularization of science 100 times. Why not take the children to experiment once? This is not magic. This is a small science experiment. Seal a piece of gauze around the mouth of an empty bottle and hold it upside down over a cup. Add charcoal to it. Sand, pebbles, then pour the dirty water in. Then you can filter out clear water that can be drunk. The shower is easy to clog after a long time. Add baking soda to the bag. Then pour in the right amount of white vinegar. Soak it on the clogged shower. After 1 hour, shower will become smooth. Don't underestimate the power of a small orange peel. It may contain more energy than you can imagine. Put a bottle of pure water in the freezer for 2 hours and then take it out. Just a light tap. The water will instantly condense into ice. Isn't it amazing? Melt the glass with fire. Let the melted liquid drip down into the water. You will get a kind of object that cannot be broken by the bullet. It is the famous Rupert's tears. Cross and overlap 2 books like shuffling cards. The friction created can lift a large bucket of pure water. A straw. There is no way to stick a potato through it. Just seal the tip of the straw with your thumb. A strong poke. Potatoes will be inserted. This is the power of compressed air. A ruler can easily be knocked down by a heavy object. Just cover the ruler with a thin sheet of paper. The ruler can no longer be knocked down by a heavy object. This is the power of atmospheric. Few incredible little science experiments. The last one will make your jaw drop. Put a rusty wrench in beer. Let it sit overnight and then remove it. The rust on the wrench disappeared when you keep adding water to the glass. But the candle never went out. Do you know why? Cross a fork and a spoon over each other. A match goes through the middle. Put it on the mouth of the glass. Light the match. Wait for the match to burn to the edge, but still able to maintain balance. Add water to the cooking oil. Add a drop of coloring, and put in an effervescent tablet. You'll be able to simulate the spectacle of a volcanic eruption. Put a ping pong ball on the top of a bottle filled with water and turn it upside down. The ping pong ball never falls off. Roll 6 strips of paper into 6 small paper tubes. Can you believe it? The small paper tube can withstand the weight of 70 kilograms. Cut the glass with scissors. Glass instantly split in pieces, but when we put the glass into the water, you can cut out a perfect circle. This is the hydrolysis. This is not a magic trick. This is the real science of small experiments. Shake the Coke like crazy. When he's not looking, throw it in the freezer for 2 hours. Touch it lightly. Coke will freeze instantly. You don't need an ice machine. You can also make a Coke smoothie. Add water to into the glass, the character turns around. This is the principle of refraction of light. Put a drop of alcohol on the string of the bottle. Light the string and wait for it to go out, then throw it into cold water. You can then cut the glass bottle. Put pencil lead on the battery. Put a match on top. The match actually spontaneously combusts. Fill the bottle with water. Put a ping pong ball at the top of the bottle. Turn it upside down and the ping pong ball will never fall. This is the power of atmospheric pressure. No need to hold the hand using centrifugal force. You can transfer the ping pong ball to another cup. Add sugar to clear water. Stir well. The paint will dissolve quickly in the water, but not in the sugar water. This is the saturation of the solution. Stuff the paper into the cup, upside down in the water. Under the combined effect of atmospheric pressure and buoyancy, the paper can still remain dry. This is not a magic trick. This is a small science experiment. Grind a glass a few times. Smash a beer bottle. The beer will come out. This is the principle of the atomic bomb explosion. Use a cotton swab with the juice of an onion. The words written on the paper must be heated to show up. This is the secret of the wordless book. Don't throw away the gum you've finished eating. Pinch it into a cone shape. When the gum is not paying attention, to use the coconut to hit it. The coconut was pierced. This is the power of non-Newtonian fluids. A ruler can easily be knocked down by a heavy object. Just put a piece of A4 paper on the ruler, and the ruler can no longer be knocked down. This is the power of atmospheric pressure. Surrounding a coin with 6 batteries. With a simple wave of the hand, the coin is spinning. Put tape on a balloon filled with water. Pierce it. The water flows as if it were frozen. This is the phenomenon of laminar flow. Add baking soda to the bottle, and then pour in the right amount of white vinegar. This invisible gas surprisingly doused the burning candle. This is the principle of fire extinguisher. Crush the match head into powder. Pour it into the locked lock hole. Insert a match. Ignite the match head. Wait for the match to burn to the lock hole. Forget the key to open the lock.